Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Josh from GGE here, joined by none other than AJ from
What
GGE.
up?
What's going on, y'all? Today,
Welcome to Season 8
yeah,
predictions for next season with the
So-
game dropping very soon.
today
Well,
we're coming at you with some Season 8 predictions of the GGE Universe. We're going to cover everything from top to bottom, everything that you guys may want to know, and maybe we'll even answer some of your questions here today on a GGE Network exclusive. So, today is October 8th. We are exactly 3 days away from WWE 2K17 dropping. Going to be a very phenomenal game, no pun intended. It's going to be one heck of a series that we're going to be putting on here for you guys, the GGE Universe. So, obviously, this is a YouTube exclusive. So, hopefully everyone here on YouTube is having a great day, and hopefully you do enjoy this video. So, without further ado, let's jump right in to things. We're going to start off with the Monday Night Raw, guys. We're going to cover over titles, breakout stars, all of that, guys. So like I said earlier, we're going to cover it from top to bottom and basically
NXT
answer
as
everything.
well.
Yes, so even NXT, guys. We're just going to cover everything, you know? So, yeah, let's jump right into it. So, first off, the major title on Monday Night Raw is the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, which the title is currently held by none other than Season 7's Royal Rumble winner and the one who capitalized at WrestleMania 7, the game, the Cerebral Assassin, Triple H. We'll see what kind
It
of...
feels weird
Yeah.
seeing Triple H as the champion now.
Yeah, it
after
does.
Brock Lesnar has been dominating.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar held that title for a whole season, and now Triple H is holding it. So it's a little iffy on, how saying
400
it and
days in
whatnot.
real time as well.
Yeah. So, obviously Triple H holding that title right now. There's going to be all kinds of names coming after him. New superstars that may be debuting, returning, draftees, such as the AJ Styles, Apollo Crews, Bray Wyatt, all those type of names, they're all on Raw now. So it's a new feel, and, obviously every champion has a target on their back, especially WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Now, in terms of someone who I think will hold this title and really make a name for themselves in holding that title, I gotta go right ahead and say, the phenomenal one, the leader of Bulletproof, AJ Styles. I think that Styles is gonna really make a breakout year, and he's also my breakout star of the year from Raw. I think he's gonna make a huge name, alongside Bulletproof, of course, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks. I think that they're going to make a big name for themselves, and they're also, my breakout stable / faction of the season. I think they're going to make a huge name for themselves, So, AJ, let's jump into your predictions on who you think is going to hold the title and breakout star and all that good stuff.
I think the breakout star of the year for that championship, I think the best bet is probably Brock Lesnar when he comes back after that. Because Brock Lesnar, now that he lost the belt, I feel that he's probably going to be going away for a little bit. But once Brock Lesnar comes back, he's going to come back with a full force. So I think if Brock Lesnar gets a rematch for this championship, he'll be a guy that will be very hard to beat again. So I got a feeling that Brock will continue his dominance next season.
Okay, that's a good one. Definitely a good prediction there. We'll see what the Beast Incarnate has to say about this title win, and if we'll even see him on Raw next time it airs. So, without further ado, let's jump into our United States title prediction. The title is currently held by the Lunatic Fringe, Dean Ambrose. He just won that recently at WrestleMania 7. There's a lot of names for this, of course. But honestly, I think Ambrose, who's currently champion, is going to be the breakout star in this certain division. I think he's going to hold this title for a while. I don't think anyone's going to knock him off his game. All these new names are going to be a tough challenge for him, but I think he's actually going to have a phenomenal year again, no pun intended. And I just think he's going to make a huge name with himself and possibly even break the U.S. title record, which is currently held by Bray Wyatt with 1 year. So we'll see what happens there. Without further ado, let's jump over to AJ.
I think the guy that's most likely to become a United States champion this year is Seth Rollins if he gets that opportunity.
Seventh
Seth Rollins,
time.
Pardon me?
The 7th time, too.
I think that if Seth gets this opportunity, he's gonna capitalize and win again. Seth Rollins has proven time and time again that he can really go for that mid-card division, so I think Seth Rollins will become champion once again for that United States Championship.
Good prediction there. I like it. Um, next up, we have our Cruiserweight Championship. I'm actually going to show you guys, in case you didn't see on the WrestleMania Talk Show, over on my Twitch channel, which you guys can see on the screen right there, up in the top left corner. So here's the new championships for Raw and SmackDown Live. Obviously, red representing Raw, and the purplish bluish shade representing SmackDown Live. So now our predictions for this. Mine, I gotta go with. This is a very tough one for me, but there's so many new cruiserweights, but I gotta go with the guy who recently made his main roster debut at WrestleMania, and that's the one, the only, the cleaner, Kenny Omega. I think Omega's gonna make his way in the cruiserweight division and just tear it to shreds. So AJ, you may now give your prediction on it.
I think Kenny Omega is probably gonna make a big impact, but there's another guy that I'm also looking at to make a good impact as well for that championship, and that's TJ Perkins, who run the real cruiserweight tournament. And I think that he's going to be a really interesting component in this cruiserweight tournament, just because how good his style is and how well he is on the ground. We've seen in real life how he does those crazy corkscrew spins while on the ground and really controls guys with his legs instead of the traditional way of controlling guys with your arms. So I think that TJ Perkins' style will probably be a big challenge for a lot of these guys. So I think that TJ Perkins will make a big impact for season 8.
Oh yeah. So again, good prediction. So this is obviously going to lead us into our next prediction with the Raw Tag Team Championships, which are currently held by Authority members Kane and Big Show. This is going to be a very interesting tag division coming up with a lot of new teams, such as Dudley Boys, the Wyatt family, newly formed Bulletproof with the Young Bucks.
The Young Bucks.
Yeah. So it's definitely going to be a tough field out there for tag teams to make their name. But ultimately, I just feel that the Dudley Boys are not yet done on making their claim on the tag division. They didn't do so hot over on SmackDown's tag division. I guess maybe a tougher feel for things. Both brands have a tough tag team division, but I think Dudley Boys are gonna, they don't want the universe to think that they're done, that they're washed up by any means.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Dudley Boys are just gonna go out there and prove everyone wrong, and just go out there and win those championships. I don't know how many times, I don't know for how long, but I feel that the Dudley Boys are gonna. I think they're just gonna stand out from all other tag teams and really make their mark.
And now
on
that they're not
things.
cause, I feel that their in-game performance will be better now.
Yeah. All right, man. So just go ahead and give your prediction on this.
I'm gonna have to say Endzone Cass if they get the opportunity, because now they're gonna have a better, stronger season now with the kind of like the mix being different now. So I feel that Endzone Cass have a better opportunity to break out this season if they're given the opportunity, and if they start building up momentum, they'll start being a very good team. So I think Endzone Cass will become tag team champions in season 8.
Oh yeah. Okay. So last but certainly not least, from Raw's side of things, we have the Raw Women's Championship, which is currently held by none other than Nikki Bella. She's held that title just about more than anyone in the women's division from both Raw or SmackDown. She's held the title multiple times. But again, it's going to be a tougher feel. A lot of new women coming over, just like any other division on Raw. There's a lot of new signees, draftees, whatever it may be, But I personally feel that I think Bayley, Bayley's going to be a tough one. Sasha Banks will be a tough one. But like I said, Bayley, I think, is going to be a tough one to beat on Raw side of things. And I think she might just go out there and win a couple championships in the women's division. I think that she's just going to lay her mark and prove why she stays, and prove that she's not just some, hugger or just some flash in the pan, so to speak, So with that being said, let's head over to AJ.
I'm kind of 50-50 on this, so I'm going to say two names, Sasha Banks and Bayley, just because they're so similar to one another. They're both so good, and they both have so much potential in both of them. So, but I think that firstly, I think Bailey's gonna get the bigger start. So I'm gonna go with Bailey to become champion at the start, but towards the end, I feel Sasha will break out towards the end.
Okay. I definitely agree with all our predictions, honestly. And guys, comment in the chat room below. I would love to see your predictions on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. We'll get to SmackDown and NXT here shortly, but make sure to, of course, leave your comments on who you think will come out with a bigger season. And don't forget to leave a big thumbs up. Remember, the contest is going on until November 1st for those gift cards, guys. So make sure to leave a like, comments, be super active on the channel. Alright guys, so without further ado, we're going to head over to SmackDown Live side of things. I'm actually going to let AJ take control of this part, considering he is the general manager.
So first off, we got the newly renamed Universal Championship. This division I feel is gonna be really strong because there's a lot of good names in this division. But I think the guy who's most likely to become Universal Champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. He just looks so strong in NXT last season. And I feel that once he starts going, he'll be really hard to beat just because of how strong he gets momentum-wise in NXT. It's shown in NXT, and it took a long time for someone to dethrone him in NXT. So I got Shinsuke Nakamura becoming Universal Champion in Season 8.
Alright. So, like you're saying, Shinsuke definitely did have he had a great time in NXT, very dominant. But this isn't NXT. This is SmackDown Live. This is a totally new feel of things. I think I had to go with someone who's been kind of slept on as of late. He's a former IC champion most recently, and I think Roman Reigns. I think he's gonna have that breakout year for SmackDown. I think he's gonna do some great things over there and show his dominance. And I think he's gonna make his name for why he should be Universal Champion. Some people might say, well, why didn't you go with Finn Balor? But, he has the club by his side. Well, that is very true. But Roman Reigns can overcome the odds, and I think Reigns is honestly gonna walk out with that Universal Championship at some point in the season. All right.
So next belt we got the Intercontinental Championship, which Kurt Angle recently won back. I feel that someone who would make a big impact, I'm gonna have to go with The Miz. Just because The Miz has been overlooked, and I feel that if The Miz gets a chance, Miz will break out. So I feel that Miz will become Intercontinental Champion in Season 8.
I like that, for sure. And, with mine, I got to go with someone who literally has been slept on for seasons upon seasons now, ever since he lost the World Championship. I got to go with Mexico's greatest export, and that's Alberto Del Rio. I think he's going to have a breakout season and, kind of put his name out to, be more aware of and possibly be even more afraid of and someone to look out for. So I got to go with Alberto Del Rio in that division.
Alright, good picks. So next up we've got the SmackDown Cruiserweight Championship. And this division is really exciting because I feel that these guys are going to be putting on some really good matches, do some really fun spots in their matches. But I think the guy that's most likely to break out, I get a feeling that it'll be Kota Ibushi, just because of how well renowned he is. I feel that a close contender will be Rey Mysterio as well, but I feel that Kota Ibushi has more experience and he has more time of being in a big ground. Rey Mysterio is as well, but I feel that Kota's style has advantage over Rey's style, so I feel that Kota Ibushi become the SmackDown Cruiserweight Champion.
All right. Good pick. Cruiserweight division is going to be very strong over on SmackDown Live and a very interesting one indeed. So it's very tough for me to pick, but I personally got to go with Rey Mysterio. He's that veteran. He has that veteran experience, and those young guys are going to be tough for him, but I think he's going to pull out and really, I don't know about dominate that division, but kind of be the face of that division.
Also, don't sleep on Zack Sabre Jr. as well.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
going to be a
Definitely.
person for that division with his submission style.
For sure. All right.
So that moves on to our next championship here with the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. As Josh will show on the screen right now, the tournament bracket
There we go.
that we're going to have.
There's your bracket for the vacant SmackDown Tag Team Championships, the first ever SmackDown Tag Team Championship. So there's your bracket. We have the Club and the Ascension, the New Day and the Hardy Boys Breezango and Hype Rose. And if you don't know what BAMF is, that's Blake and Murphy, along with Alexa Bliss. And then, of course, against Ryback, who had a very dominant season over on Raw for Season 7.
So I'm gonna say what my prediction for the finals is. I think the finals will go down to New Day and Bath, just because they have a strong manager advantage, and I feel Blake and Murphy have really strong potential as well. And also I feel that New Day has a lot left in the tank for them. And I feel when it comes down to these finals, it'll be a really good match. I'm going with the New Day to become tag team champions, just because they have some very strong experience. They have a lot of tag team chemistry. They know how each other works out very well, and I feel that they will become the first tag team champions on SmackDown.
All right. And with mine, I gotta go for. I don't know about winning the tournament. Winning the tournament, I gotta go with New Day on that one. But in terms of breakout tag team, I got to go with the Club. The Club I think they're going to really prove to be dominant as ever on SmackDown Live. They were dominant Raw earlier on in the season, and I think they're just going to come out and prove that they're not someone that you should sleep on, and that they're just as dominant as anyone, if not the most dominant tag team in all of GGE.
Good pick.
All right,
So that moves on to our last championship, which is the SmackDown Women's Championship, which Lita recently won in a shocking win over Charlotte.
That was at a dark match, a dark show, so to speak. Was not televised, but Lita did come out with a win over Charlotte.
So I feel that breakout star of the year for that division, I feel Charlotte's gonna beat Lita, but I'm gonna say Becky Lynch. I feel that Becky Lynch will have a really strong season in that division, just because that she's new, and a lot of people might be underestimating her because she's new. And I feel that she's a very underlooked at star with the four horsewomen. She's probably the most underlooked out of those four. But I feel that she's going to make a very strong impact. So I'm going to say Becky Lynch will become SmackDown Women's Champion later on in Season 8.
All right. And with mine, I got to go with someone who's definitely the underdog of the division, in my opinion. I got to go with Alexa Bliss. I think if she gets that shot, she'll take advantage of that shot, capitalize on it, and I think she'll definitely hold that SmackDown Women's Championship at some point during the season.
So let's now move on to our predictions of saying who's going to be the most, how each stable is going to affect the brand as well.
All right, I'll let you go ahead and give your prediction there.
So I'm gonna talk about the SmackDown ones while you talk about the Raw ones.
Okay.
So the big stable that we have over here, we have the Club, which is the big stable. I feel that Finn, he's gonna target someone, and he's just gonna keep going after them nonstop. And once Finn makes that, like we've seen in the past, once Finn picks a target, he doesn't stop until he knows that it's the end of it. And I feel that in Season 8, Finn's just going to pick someone for some reason that he hates, and he's just going to go after them for whatever reason. I feel the Club are going to have a strong season. I feel that this is their season where they make even more of an impact. They're going to be even more brutal this season, and I feel the Club is going to be very dangerous this season.
Okay. I definitely could agree there, obviously. And now with Raw things, it's a little different with factions. We have three huge factions. We have the Authority, led by Triple H. Then we have the Wyatt family, obviously led by Bray Wyatt, and now the newly formed faction, who just recently formed at WrestleMania, is Bulletproof, led by AJ Styles. This is very tough for me, honestly, but I got to go with Bulletproof. I think Styles is going to lead that team and really have a breakout year and a lot of marquee events, a lot of marquee matches, and I think Styles is just going to lead that faction by holding the WWE World Championships. That goes back to my prediction earlier on in the prediction show. I think he'll hold that title and really prove. I think even if Balor or Styles, out of our two big predictions, I think if one of them holds the title, that would definitely prove that they're the most dominant faction. Just holding that title alone, because that says something that they can get the job done if they have the major championship.
I feel that honestly that both brands will have their main. I feel that Club and Bulletproof are definitely going to be the best stables, and I feel that both shows going to be branding to make their Bullet Club as group better than others, because I feel that both guys have something to prove with their stables, and I feel they're both going to be going back and forth to make the most impact.
Yeah, I definitely agree. So let's go ahead and jump into NXT. That's our last, but certainly not least topic on this little exclusive here. Um, Now we're gonna quickly kind of blow through NXT. Nothing against NXT. It's just it's definitely gonna be quicker in terms of only 3 titles. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So we have the NXT Championship, who just recently dropped the title with Shinsuke Nakamura. Now holding the title is Hideo Itami, who won it at NXT TakeOver the End in a phenomenal match. And once again, no pun intended. Hideo is looking very impressive. I don't remember the last time he lost a match. I know he lost one at some point in the season. I think it was against Corey Graves or something. But it's been a while since he lost a match, and he showed his dominance at TakeOver the End by holding the title. Capitalizing on that boyhood dream. And I think Hideo honestly is going to continue his dominance and become this. I think he obviously is the face of NXT, but I think he'll be the heart and soul of NXT, the brand, kind of build that brand around him. In all honesty, he's definitely worthy of it, and I think he'll continue his dominance throughout next season. So that's my prediction on the NXT title, and I think he'll be the breakout star of the year. Not really breakout star; he's kind of already done that, but just be the star of the show. So let's jump over to AJ's prediction.
I'm going to go with someone who's recently going on NXT. I'm going with Bobby Lashley, just because I feel that he has a better playing ground now that he's in NXT. He was kind of had trouble in SmackDown because he was kind of like, a lot of people matched his power on SmackDown, but NXT is a whole different kind of roster that I feel that he has a very big power advantage compared to these NXT guys and a lot more experience. So I feel that Bobby Lashley become NXT champion in season 8.
Oh yeah, I definitely like that one. I totally forgot about Bobby Lashley, to be honest. I'm still gonna stick with Hideo. So let's jump into our next championship belt, and that's the NXT Tag Team Championships. With the division kind of being cut down a bit, I'm sure we'll see a lot more new teams getting formed and all. But as of right now, I got to go with the current champions, and that's the Revival. They basically dominated the tag division for over the past few seasons, and I think they'll continue their dominance on NXT and prove to why they should, possibly be on the main roster. We heard some noise about them, kind of being aggravated, a little annoyed that they didn't, get drafted. A team like Blake and Murphy got drafted over them. I know that definitely hit them at some sort of way that why are they getting drafted and not us. But I got to go with the Revival. I think they'll continue their dominance and prove why they're the most dominant tag team possibly in NXT history.
My prediction, I'm gonna say Gargano and Ciampa. I really like their style. They're 2 cruiserweights and they're very, very interesting in style. And I feel that once they get the shot, Gargano and Ciampa are gonna really run with it. So I'm going with Gargano and Ciampa to become tag team champions in season 8.
All right. So last but certainly not least, we have the NXT Women's Division. The title is currently held by Summer Rae. Now with this one, very tough. A lot of new signees, and one of the newest signees we have Ember Moon, which I'm actually a very big fan of. I think she's going to break out in NXT and possibly hold that title multiple times. I would say Asuka, but I feel that Asuka's kind of proved her dominance, and I don't know how much left there is for her to do. So I got to go with a new signee in Ember Moon.
My prediction, I'm gonna have to say Asuka, or another person that a lot of people forgot is also on NXT, Gail Kim as well. A very well-renowned veteran in TNA, and probably one of the best women's wrestlers as well. I feel that it's gonna be Asuka though, but Gail Kim will be in the mix as well. And I feel that if Asuka gets the title, Gail Kim will go after her, just because of kind of like I'm better than you kind of type of deal. But I believe Asuka will be once again pick up the belt in season 8. But Ember Moon and Gail Kim are also 2 very strong contenders. This women's division is very strong in NXT right now.
Oh yeah, Gail Kim is a newer superstar or women's wrestler that's being brought back. I'm very interested in how she can play on the younger roster. We'll see how she can kind of Raw, SmackDown, NXT have their veteran, and Raw has Trish Stratus, SmackDown has Lita, and then NXT has Gail Kim. So it's gonna be very interesting in all the women's divisions, to be honest.
Gail
So
Kim, she's put on phenomenal matches
oh
in
yeah,
TNA. She's probably done some stuff that's really like at first in women's division. She was involved in one of the first women's ladder matches in TNA as well. So she can like if these matches happen in NXT, I feel that she would have advantage just because she's actually been in the ladder match and like extreme style matches.
okay. So that kind of wraps up our predictions for the shows. I think Stone Cold Steve Austin's going to bring his show to the next level. Obviously, Raw's held, ran by me, character Stone Cold Steve Austin. Then The Rock is going to take SmackDown Live to that next level that it should be at. Obviously, ran by AJ, using this call right now. And then NXT, who's led by William Regal, and I think he's got that right mind for the future of GGE. It's going to be very interesting down on there. Ran by Mr. Matt Space, who's not with us at the moment. Yeah, I think NXT's ratings can go way up and be very interesting again. And
now that it's on a Saturday as well.
Yeah, it's a different day. It's just totally new, totally revamped, a new era for NXT. SmackDown ratings going to go up. Raw's, I think, is going to kind of stay at the same. And Raw's ratings are, very high, so it's not. I think they'll.
And the game overall is just so much better.
Yeah, so it's going to be a very overall better experience for you guys at GGE Universe. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this little video of our Season 8 predictions and everything we think is going to be going down. If you guys thought anything different or anything, please do comment in the comment section below. We would love to hear your opinions. We'll be looking over the comment section and commenting back to you guys, alright? So hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, of course, leave a big fat thumbs up. If you want to follow me on Twitch, if you haven't already, there's my Twitch right there on the screen, guys. Twitter also right there, and Instagram as well, so you guys can contact me in any way possible there. So yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed it, and you'll be seeing a lot more little exclusives like this in the foreseeable future. Alright, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this, and until next time, peace out, everyone. Peace out.